Today I would like to compare two well-known Oneworld airlines, the centenarian British Airways and the much younger Qatar Airways, on flights between London Heathrow and Doha Hamad. Before the COVID-19 outbreak, this route is dominated by these two airlines, with BA operating one flight daily and QR operating 5. We'll be focusing mainly on the lounge, the boarding process, the seat, and the meal and other services in business class. Okay, so first, let's look at the lounge service of Qatar Airways. Full-fare business class passengers are entitled to the signature all-motion lounge, and its details can be found in the card shown somewhere up above. But this time, I paid extra to get into the even more premium Al Safwa first-class lounge, which normally only welcomes first-class passengers. The lounge is so big that it even includes a duty-free shopping area inside. The decor of this literature-filled lounge is classy and delicate, and with not many visitors, the lounge can be described as a personal haven. The special ingredient of this lounge is the hotel-like bedrooms. This super-friendly lounge staff guided me to my own private room and also told me where the shower facilities are. Inside the bedroom, we have a single bed with 2 fluffy pillows and a thick blanket, as well as a table for me if I needed to do some work. A bottle of Evian is placed next to the sockets, where I can charge my phone and other electronics. And of course, I can also enjoy my own personal bathroom and shower. After recharging myself, it is breakfast time, and I checked out of the bedroom and went to the restaurant. The lounge is a bit more occupied than last night, but it is still very empty with many vacant seats. I ordered the Al Safwa special, which is an Arabic-style omelette that was extremely tasty. My meal is accompanied by a glass of smoothie, a cup of tea, and some pastries. For this lounge experience, I give it 5 pandas, but given that it is a first-class lounge that I had to pay extra for, to make a fair comparison with British Airways' business class lounge, I should deduct 1 panda for a total of 4. And skipping ahead to London Heathrow International Airport and entering the British Airways Club Galleries Lounge. Oh my gosh, the first feeling when I stepped into the lounge was, oh my god, I've never been to a lounge that's so crowded. After a few minutes, I was finally able to get a seat outside the main lounge area. There are also shower rooms towards the pointy end of the lounge. However, I didn't use them as I was in a bit of a hurry. But I do like the view from the lounge. You can have a great view of the apron with a number of BA Airbus A320s parked there. Some parts of the lounge are also elegant looking, including this long bar with self-served still and sparkling water. Visitors can also get a seat behind the bar and have a drink overlooking the apron. What a life! Visitors can pick their preferred dishes from the buffet bar, which serves salad, some hot dishes, and soup. I got some chicken and meatballs, accompanied by rice and soup, as well as a cup of latte and a glass of cranberry juice. All tasted fairly mediocre. For this lounge experience, I give it 3 pandas. Okay, now back to Doha. After leaving the lounge, I hop onto the train, which transports passengers to the far gates. A new Airbus A350-1000 aircraft, set to operate my flight QR7 to London, is parked at gate D3. Most of the passengers have arrived and the priority boarding was well executed. First and business class passengers, as well as frequent flyers, are invited to board first.
Good morning and welcome aboard. Thank you so much, Mr. Wong. Pleasure to have you with us. Just straight ahead, sir. My colleagues will be meeting you shortly. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much, Mr. Saigon. Hi, welcome aboard. 11.
The cabin supervisor at the door greeted me, and one of the cabin attendants came and guided me towards my seat, which is located behind door 2. A welcome drink, and I have forgotten what the drink was, together with a cold towel, are served. The whole process, 5 pandas. And in London, the gate is also a bit far away from the main terminal and I have to take the train. A Boeing 787-9 aircraft operating my flight BA123 to Doha is parked at gate C53. Boarding is conducted according to groups and a Oneworld Sapphire member in business class like me boards in group 2. The lady at the gate was so lovely, and her smile was so sweet that I expected the whole process to be hassle-free. But I was wrong, as all passengers were made to wait on the air bridge for several minutes before we were allowed to move forward.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, straight down on the right, Mr. Wong. Thank you.
The cabin attendant greeted me in a very British style. "How are you, sir?" and pointed me my seat. However, no one escorted me to it. I walked down the aisle to the last row and my seat was by the window, 13A.
Any drinks for you, Hamad?
Can I have water?
Water for you?
The attendant came to ask for my drink preference and I got water, together with a menu and an amenity kit. The whole process, perhaps 4 pandas. Q-Suite, first in business. The cabin is laid out in a 1-to-1 configuration with direct aisle access for all seats, or suites depending on what you call them. The doors are released by cabin crew members after takeoff, and the door encloses your cube and turns it into your own private area. The partitions separating the middle seats can be lowered, and this turns 4 small suites into 1 big one. I love the color tone of the cabin as the burgundy and the grey colors go together harmoniously. This is basically how the whole suite looked like. The seats closer to the window are rear-facing. Some people may not like this design, but I love it as it feels great and has a high degree of privacy. The headrest is adjustable and the lamp is your companion for reading. There's a card reader for an unknown purpose, and next to it were sockets for charging. Above them are some buttons that adjust the seat and a storage area where I place my charging phone. The remote control, which acts as a second screen, is slightly different from that in the Q-Suites on the Boeing 777. When it's bedtime, the seat can be turned into a fully flat bed. The cabin crew can help you make the bed, and pajamas are available on request. 5 pandas for this wonderful cabin. Club World, the world's first business class cabin with fully flat beds. The Club World cabin on the 787-9 is split into 2 sections. The seats are arranged in a 2-3-2 layout, with all window seats and middle seats rear-facing. Not all seats have direct aisle access, as passengers seated next to the window have to climb across the neighboring ottoman. The cabin gives me a difficult-to-describe feeling, as I have never seen such seating arrangements. But I do like the color scheme of the refreshed cabin. I love the greys actually, and indeed, the first thing that came to my mind was 50 Shades of Grey. Each seat has plenty of legroom, but not enough storage spaces. You can either put your items on your lap or in the only drawer located below the electric socket. But luckily, since the loading of the flight was quite low, I could place my items on the neighboring seat. If you do have a neighbor, a button press raises the partition in between the 2 seats. The meal table can be opened from the side, but this is a bit too small for business class in my opinion. The touchscreen TV is not sturdy at all, and a slight touch can push the whole TV backwards. Using the remote control may be a better choice, as the touchscreen is not responsive anyway. Noise-cancelling headsets that are brandless are also provided. My favorite part of the whole seat though is the chair. It is a bit like an English armchair and is very well cushioned. I guess I can describe the chair comfort as the best in the industry. The seat can be turned into a fully flat bed during bedtime, and duvet and linen from the White Company are preset on each seat, with passengers making their beds on their own. But do remember to fold away the table when you sleep, otherwise this happens. 4 pandas, primarily for the well-padded chair.
And just to let you know, sir, it's an a la carte menu. Anything from the menu you may request. You choose your own time, sir. Let me know the timing so we can prepare.
Back on board Qatar, the cabin crew introduced to me their a la carte meal service, which comes with a special snack platter service available on demand. Breakfast begins with a fresh fruit platter and a bread basket, followed by cold cuts and cheeses, before culminating with a traditional Arabic breakfast. A cup of milk tea with a towel and a mint ends the meal. The Arabic breakfast wasn't too to my liking, but I loved the cold cuts and cheeses very much. Later on in the flight, I ordered some items from the snacks menu to try more of Qatar's culinary offerings. The chicken was a bit dry, but everything else was marvelous. I also really appreciated the wide variety of food on offer. 4 pandas. How about on BA? There's no a la carte dining service. Instead, they serve a three-course dinner. To begin, I requested a cup of hot chocolate, which was served with an extremely delicious shortbread. The meal proper begins with a spinach and watercress soup, followed by a seared fillet of British beef, and ends with a lemon cremole. All tasted short of average, but still better than their lounge offerings. Free pandas.
Hi, very good morning, Mr. Wong. Just like to take this opportunity to welcome you to board again. And pleasure to have you with us. So if you need anything and assistance, we need this my app. I'll be the one in charge. Please call me anytime if there's anything I could help and assist you with.
And finally, let's compare the services of the two airlines. For QR, the cabin crew were engaging, nice, and eager to serve. The supervisor came to greet me right after takeoff. We chatted a little bit and I seized the opportunity to pass to her my flight log. Complimentary Wi-Fi was provided for business class passengers and the connection was fast. The toilet of the business class cabin was one of the best I have ever been to in the air, and is decked with amenities provided by Rituals. 5 pandas.
This side here, back to back. Hello.
For BA, the crew was a bit more reserved and a bit less engaging, making me feel more intimidated. For instance, I did want to order more food items, but felt uncomfortable to ask. Also, I wasn't too sure about their Wi-Fi policy, and plus I didn't use the Wi-Fi. While for the toilet, it is a standard design with amenities provided by the white company, which also supplied amenity kits for BA. Perhaps 3 pandas. Adding up all the pandas, Qatar Airways has 23 pandas, while British Airways has 17. This probably also reflects the mainstream opinion from my research before the flights. But really, both flights were fantastic and I am grateful to have the opportunity to fly on both. Hope you've enjoyed your time traveling with me, and please like, share, and comment on this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Most importantly, check out my Instagram account cxka_ken for more traveling shots. Ta-ta for now until I meet you again next time.